How many volunteers do we have, Denise?
I'd say in the city about 30.
30 volunteers.
About 30.
And where are the sites again?
We have a site at the Elizabeth Public Library, and you have the Stephen Sampson Senior Center, as well as the Liberty Square Senior Center.
Now, you said that Community Access and the AARP run the
They
one at the
share,
library?
they share space or location at the library. The AARP site is there Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the
Do
Community
you
Access
supervise
there on
those
Saturdays.
sites as well?
I do not supervise, but I do work with their coordinators.
Okay. And are there other sites in the immediate vicinity in other cities? Or
Yes, in the immediate vicinity, you have sites in Linden, you have sites in Newark, and you have several sites in Union.
And do you supervise those sites?
I work with them. I am not the coordinator, shall we say, of those sites. We have another relationship manager in my office that works those sites.
Okay. And Ulysses and Judith, I always like to ask this question. Tell me about your most interesting story in the past year without naming the client that was there. Something interesting about a person or somebody that came, or it's just kind of like standard procedure?
I think it's well, I wouldn't call it standard procedure. I think it's just an interesting experience. Like every week when I go there, I mean, like all my clients cooperate, and it's just a wonderful experience being able to know them as I'm doing their return, and you know, being able to share time with them, knowing them, and at the same time being able to help them. So I think it's just every week I go there, it's just an interesting experience.
And Judith, any interesting stories?
Yeah,
You have one.
There was this one man, I'll never forget him. He's an older man, and he spoke Spanish. And I was asking him about his banking. Did he have any interest? Did he have a bank account? Because we have to ask if they have any interest income. And he looked at me, and he thought about it. And he all of a sudden, he said, oh, and he went into his pocket, and he took out his wallet, and he opened it up, and he showed me his grandchildren. And he said, this is my bank account.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh wow!
That was special.
I thought that was great.
So that's a story that kind of brings you back, stories like that.
Yeah.
This is my bank account.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to put any numbers in there, did you?
No, that was his only bank account.
That's good.
He invested in his children.
That's
That
Now,
was his
does
bank
Judith and
account.
Ulysses handle the appointment process, Denise, or does my office handle that, or
Your
do you
office
handle that?
Your office handles the appointment process. Judith actually is one of our coordinators at one of our sites, so she would get the list of as far as who's coming to the site. And Ulysses, he also works in conjunction with the coordinator at another site, who would get the list of who's coming and to make arrangements that the volunteers are there. And also works out of your office to make sure the people are there to do the returns and to help back up quality review, get the returns transmitted, and that the individuals who are coming to the site feel very comfortable.
And the volunteers are showing up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Yes.
I mean, the people who come on these Saturdays to the classes,
Oh, yeah, we look forward to it.
Yeah.
you know, it's not like they decide to do the classes, eat the pizza, and then when the work comes, they don't show up. They're really there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to say that some people don't even come to the class, but they're so dedicated that they actually train on their own, study on their own, and they pass the test and they show up and volunteer
Now,
anyway.
how do you know they're qualified to do this, Denise? Do you, I mean, these two young people
Well, you may
were
ask
here.
them. You can ask them how,
How do
they
you know
if
you're
they're
qualified to do this?
Well,
That's a good question. How do you know you're qualified?
Well, you know, we have to study the tax material, and then we, you know, the whole purpose of the 2-month course is that we take a test online, where we take an online test that is made up from the IRS, and if we get an 80% or better, then we are qualified to do the tax return.
And you take the test every year, or just?
Yes, every year we have to go through the process of the course, and again take the test.
So, Judith, you'd have to take the test again next year, even though you were here for 2 years.
Yes, yes. In fact, I took a new test this year, so I took the next level
Is
up
it somewhat
from last
different,
year.
or?
Yeah, it allows me to do additional schedules on the returns.
Well, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to join us on the show,
You're
and
welcome.
appreciate your coordination, Denise, as
We
always.
certainly do.
Judith and Ulysses for coming here from the western part of the county and helping our seniors and those that can't do the taxes. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you.
For Denise Perry, Judith Robinson, Ulysses Vasquez, I'm Chris Bolwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.